Yo, Sigma here. So today's opponents seem a little bit front heavy in their combat power, but as I've mentioned in previous videos, combat power is relatively deceptive. Sometimes it's a great indicator of what the challenge is going to be, other times it hides a lot of traits or skills that buff and improve the suits to be much more powerful than they seem. Like, comment, and subscribe if you could, if this is helpful. And comment if you want some suggestions. So, because I saw that the combat power of the first wave was so strong, I decided that it didn't seem necessary to hold back much of my EX skill power for the final wave. So I have Tonbo take out 2 out of the 3 suits in the first wave, whereas Koryu takes out the 3rd one while I switch to Hinotori. And like usual, I tend to take out the middle wave with range damage because it's so effective in shortening the time of my runs, especially with magazine skills, because there's such a low cooldown between firing. Although I do think that it's a good thing that they've added a little bit of a cooldown between reloads of those. It used to be fairly instantaneous, and maybe I'm just I'm not building my suits for it. In this run here, you see Tombo got taken out, and that I think was the supporter based on the aura that they got when they did their job gauge awakening, but I could be wrong. It might have been their shooter. So in the second run here, I decided to take a more active approach on Tonbo rather than swapping over to Hinotori for the entirety of the final run I was recording. I stayed on Tonbo for a couple of waves, I think, or at least one wave, before I swapped over. I'm still running a few just for the sake of observation and to try and get better score. It's fairly rare for the AI to give me a better score than I can get, but you never know. It might happen. It has flukes. But the long shooters in the first wave are particularly dangerous. But I don't give them much ability to fight back. In the second run here, I switched to Hinotori, like I said, because they just don't use their magazine skills as effectively as they could. And middle waves go so much faster with this. One of my favorite things about Evil Punisher is that it will hit enemies in the middle of other EX skills if you time it right. So I switched back to Tonbo rather quickly so that in the final wave I can keep track of what's going on. And I'm not sure what this suit looks like, or what this suit is doing, or what kind of suit it is. I wish they had some indicator on the outside that you could tell for all of them. It's easy for defenders because their shields go up permanently, and you see a lot of defender reviews, to be frank. And I used to have Koryu set up as a defender. I may decide to switch back to that. It's fairly effective, but it's a completely different rebuild of the suit. So I managed to do a little better in that run, to a lot better. Thanks for joining me.